The film really brought me back to where I was when I first heard of Whitney or heard her
Mm,
voice. And I wonder if you would share a little bit about your earliest memories of Whitney Houston.
yeah. In terms of music, I really cannot remember when I first heard her songs, especially like the songs, from the Whitney album, her first album and second. Like I was born in 91.
Yeah.
Um, but my first real memories have been about a lot of when I was a child watching films that she had something to do with. So Prince of Egypt, the after credit scene where she sings "When You Believe" with Mariah Carey was one of like the foremost favorite songs of my whole entire life at the time because I was in love and still am in love with the film Prince of Egypt. And watching her play the fairy godmother in Cinderella, uh, and how amazing she is as the fairy godmother, but also the fact that she produced it, and she did colorblind casting, and how incredible that was to see when I was, I guess I was probably about 5 or 6, and I it sparked a joy and love of musicals that has continued for me for until 31 years of age.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that. I went into the film hoping that it would lean into the relationship with Robyn or even mention it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really such a deep part of the film. And you were part of Master of None, which centered queer Black women. And I think this film does a good job of giving back to people who feel maybe their stories had been erased in the 80s and 90s. And I wonder if
Yeah.
you talk a little bit to that, playing into that aspect of Whitney's story.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think that like it was a beautiful friendship connection that they had, and it's their relationship changed over time, it didn't stay in that place, but it was a beautiful thing while it was there, and it's maintained beauty because they loved each other. Um, it was one of her deepest relationships at that age outside of her family. Um, and to me, I'm like that is a part of her history, and so it should be told. So I'm really happy too. And I've been asked by many people in them while I was making it, it's like, are they going to include it? And I was very happy to be able to say yes, absolutely they are.